We're in this park, beautiful palace. Warsaw is ahead of its time even. Everything is so well maintained. You can only be stunned at Poland's progress in the past 60 years, let's say 70 years. Honestly, there's probably no other country in the world that made such progress from zero to where they are now. Yeah, you could say the same about other countries that were basically turned into free economies, but not quite as fast as this. Like, everything is up to date. Corruption should be minimal if you actually look at the way money is spent, although I'm sure it's still there. It looks like funds were used in a good way, at least partly. Which is a thing that the funds invested catalyzed the economy, and now people buy German cars. They have now a market of over 40 million people, which is a big player in the EU, like a country almost as big as France. That's what you get in return. So Poland is is a country to watch, I would say. Turbulent country in history, but hopefully a very prosperous one in the future. So we have a wild mushroom soup, a big Polish beer, this very cozy restaurant at Nowy Świat. Basically a kind of tourist restaurant, but it's in a very nice setting, as you can see. So I'm gonna enjoy this soup. It looks amazing. So does the Polish beer. Time for dinner. Morning from Warsaw. We're at this monument with two soldiers standing. They just had a change of guards. These people stand here with a mask on, probably all day. Must be very unpleasant in the cold. And there's something heroic about Polish people, which I truly appreciate. Even recently, like, everybody can heroic given the circumstances, don't get me wrong. But it's something about the Polish. Like this year in summer, we had 3 kids in trouble at sea. We had a lot of, what was it? Currents in the sea, in the North Sea. 3 kids were in trouble. I don't know where their parents were, but a Polish man who worked in the fields, he didn't know the kids, but he jumped into sea, rescued all 3 kids, and he died himself while having 3 kids himself in Poland, and the wife, which are now without him. Can you imagine? A selfless act. And the Poles are a tough bunch. Nothing gets them down. And I can only have respect for this nation. Especially if you look how beautiful and basically proud it looks. Like, I believe it's how the rest of Europe was a long time ago. For some reason, Poland, I don't know, it's remained itself, or herself. Look at this park, how beautiful. I don't know what it's called here, but I wanted to go to Lublin today, but I decided not to see the Majdanek concentration camp. But honestly, I think I'll have more than enough to see in Warsaw only. So I'm probably not gonna leave the city, Because look at this, why would I? I can't just skip all of these awesome places, right? Okay, so Tuesday afternoon. I'm gonna find a place to lunch, like pierogi. I'd like to have the pierogi. And this is Pandemic Warsaw on Tuesday afternoon. You know, obviously it's quiet because people are working. But the weather is nice. And still it's quiet. And for a city with, what is it, 2 million people? I think a lot of people are staying home, working from home, not using restaurants, because basically everything is empty. Like Sofia is a lot more alive these days. And basically I got a comment yesterday saying that Warsaw looks a lot like Frankfurt. Like actually what I'm showing you now is the first part that I see graffiti in. The first street that looks a bit more like any German city that's a bit more ran down. But basically the whole of Warsaw is polished. Not polished, but polished. Like clean, spotless, well kept. I haven't seen like a rough area. I doubt there are any. Like it's a pretty fancy town, I must say. Let's go for the pierogi. I try to stay a distance from elderly people, just not because I believe I'm gonna kill them, but I know they are nervous about reading the news. And I just don't wanna walk like next to them and they'll be concerned. They don't deserve this feeling, you know? They deserve just to chill out on their elderly days. But yeah, this is Warsaw. It's not, it's like, I think it looks more like Bucharest than Sofia. Perhaps like a mix of the three of them. I would say a mix between Berlin, Sofia and Bucharest is what describes it best. But obviously it's still a unique city with its own history, so it's hard to really say. Would have loved to see it in summer, but that will be another time. I'm already happy it's not that cold. Basically, since I bought a Polska hat, the weather completely flipped over. And it's sunny, I'm kinda warmer, but I still wear it. So once you wear a hat, you never take it off. That's the thing. As you can see, everybody has the mask here, which is obliged. You can only take it off in the parks, actually. Okay, so I'm gonna look on the map for the pierogi place. And interesting thing, people don't mind filming here. They don't care, just like in Bulgaria. You can basically do whatever you want. Yesterday I was in a restaurant filming, and some Germans table next to me, they like immediately panicked when I just switched the camera to film the restaurant, not even in their face. But the Germans are so stiff about it, which I understand. I'm not filming them, I'll cut out their face, but they're kind of weird about it. That's what I think. Anyway.